Haley, welcome back to the channel. So today I am very happy because it's the long-awaited public holiday. Today is the 15th of August, the Independence Day of Korea. It's an Independence Day for Korea from the Japanese colonial rule of the 10 to 30, 40, so the 20th century. It was a very rough and harsh time for the people of Korea, so I am very happy that we celebrate this day of freedom and independence, and honestly speaking, like, very happy that I get a day off during the busy week. So today I am not doing anything special. I'm just going to chill, and basically I'm making a get ready with me video for a chill day out. So you have the oil. I'm not sure you see, like here it's falling. So I'm just going to apply it at the very bottom like this, and then go up and come down. This way you don't waste any of the goods in the middle part where it's relatively healthy. A lot of you who've started makeup already, you're going to put on makeup like 7 days a week, I'm pretty sure, at least 5 times a day, especially if you're working. And that's okay, but it's honestly not the best for your skin. Your skin needs a timeout, right? So unless I'm meeting someone I don't really care for, and so I don't put on makeup, and I try not to. So I'm not going to put on any makeup, but still try to tidy up my complexion. Innisfree UV protection cushion. Here, instead of the foundation, you now have the sunscreen. What's good about the sunscreen is that you can apply the sunscreen very evenly and very thinly all over your face, so it's the best for makeup, really. So you see that my complexion is already quite well improved. So this is completely optional, but for today I'm going to use this tinted sunscreen. So I probably didn't have to go with the layers of sunscreen before, but I just thought that it would give me an even complexion base. That's why I did it. So what this is basically a liquid tinted liquid sunscreen. So basically it works just the same as tinted moisturizer, which you can definitely utilize for for the gym, for a day out, if you don't want anything heavy but if you want still some sort of coverage in it. With the product, it's like this. So it's a very liquidy type of texture, and then has only a very mild coverage, because essentially it's a sunscreen and not foundation. And when you use this, just make sure to really shake it well before using, and this goes for any kind of tinted moisturizer, tinted sunscreen, because I think a lot of the sunscreen, at least, or moisturizer, it has different texture with the powder or the color element, so they tend to get very separate, and then if you don't shake it, they stay separately, like the color and the original function of the product. So in this case, sunscreen, they are separate in a normal state. So when you want a good coverage, then you want to make sure that you shake the product up. Make sure that it goes in a thin layer. Honestly, on top of this, if you don't really care for it, you just need to do the brows and the lips and you're good to go. But because I'm going to a local cafe, but I'm still going to one in Gangnam, and there are many people, so I just want to make sure that I don't look like cover up with a concealer. This is I'm Mimi's concealer. When I'm up on the camera, I always do more than I intended to, even though it's not supposed to be a makeup. So whilst we're on it, I can definitely share with you that this is something that you can do for the summer. If you're not crazy about coverage, or if you're not crazy about getting the perfect base, because during the summer you sweat a lot, or even to the beach, sometimes there are occasions where it looks funny if you have a perfect makeup on, like at the beach, or it's so hot in Korea now, you're sweating all the time because it's 34 degrees at least during the daytime in Korea, and then it's so humid, so you're sweating for sure all the time. So if you have foundation on, then you're guaranteed that it's going to melt away. There are ways to protect it, but if you don't want to bother and if you don't really want to do the touch-up and stuff, then you just might go ahead with the tinted moisturizer of a kind like I did today, and then just use the concealer to give yourself more coverage. To cover up the imperfections across my face, what I'm going to use is a color that's similar to my tone, and that's definitely darker than the one that I use for the under the eyes. So I'm just taking out the small brush. It's not actually a concealer brush, it's a from GRWM. It was actually an eyeliner brush, but because the tip is so small, it's perfect for using concealer as well. So I'm just going to apply it on the imperfections of my face. And then what you want to do, a tip again for concealer, is that you don't look into the mirror so closely, because then you focus too much on the spot itself and you don't see the whole picture, and sometimes you get a very unblended sort of coverage for the imperfections. And because I used it once on my face, I don't want to go back to the concealer, so I'm just going to use my hand to avoid any contamination. It's important that you don't contaminate your product. So after the brush, you want to go in with a sponge, dab on, and remove any visible marks. Okay, now that we've done that, we're just going to do the brows, because if you don't, then it's just going to make you look sick or pale. It would be perfect if I had a bright color of coral, or if I had red lips. Really, I think that will go really well, and just give you a natural look, like effortless sort of like natural look. I left it at the office, so I'm just going to use this color. You can go full lips with this, which will be very, very pretty, but only when you have a very put together makeup, I think. And today I don't, so today I'm just going to dab it on the center of my lips and then brush it out so that I get a more natural look. Right, so we're basically done. I'm just going to use a very mild color of coral pink. I showed you in my last video. This is one of my favorite nowadays. I'm just going to apply it across. Since we're on the camera, maybe I'm just going to use the same shadow that I use for my brows, just to give myself a quick swipe on the eyes. So there we go. A very natural day of makeup / no makeup. Thanks for getting ready with me. I'm going to go now for a cafe. Going to edit this video that you're watching right now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!